And standing here, I recognize there are 3 categories of people when I'm facilitating a session. Lakini umesikia sikutaja Mungu sana wakati nilikuwa naanza session kwa sababu the natural man. Hii tunasema kuokoka, wapendwa, sio fako. It's reality. Hii story mwalimu wa CRE ile tunasema the Garden of Eden, the fall of man, wakakula tunda wakafukuzwa kwa Garden of Eden. See, story, it's not just an allegory. It's a reality. But I don't want to go too spiritual to explain that. What I'm saying is, we talked about the triune nature of man, that is body, soul, and the spirit. But a natural man only operates in the body and the soul. This physical form, then in the soul, there is the intellect, the emotions, the will. But the spirituality is dead. So mambo ya Mungu huyo mtu ashikanishi. Hata tushinde hapa tukiongea anasema, yani tuliitwa hapa kuhubiriwa. Shida hii ni gani sasa? Because a natural man cannot fathom the things of the spirit. And that's why I've talked about real life stuff. That whether you're natural, you're carnal, or you're spiritual, that is true, that life itakuwound. Experiences that are not spiritual, si shetani, si arrow kutoka ulimwengu wa giza, ni life. Then the carnal man is someone who received the precious gift of salvation, but you are not discipled to understand this spiritual kingdom that you've been crafted into. What does it entail? Is it real? Unajua dini, because me, I'm not a religious person, but I'm very spiritual. Hizi vitu unaambiwa unazaliwa, unapata wazazi wakiongea, unaingia kwa hiyo wimbo, so unaingia tu, hata uelewi. Like me, when I went to the university, I used to have a lecturer who used to say, how can you be a Kikuyu, then uache culture ya Kikuyu, uende kuadapt culture ya Jews? Na nikaona, ana make sense. Ana make sense sana. How? So, even if you're not voicing out that confusion, that fear, that anxiety, ndani yako tu unajuanga hii inafanyanga tu juu nikipata watu wakifa. So as much as uliokoka, you are still a carnal person. You're not spiritual. Your mind, everything that you are, operate like that of a natural man. Then there is the spiritual people. Even when you've known who you are in God, all of us at a different level spiritually. But one of the things I'll tell you, people of God, because as a psycho-spiritual counselor, I'm not a Christian counselor. Me, I counsel Muslims, I counsel Buddha, I counsel traditionalists. When I sit, I listen to them, I understand what they're saying. And what they say is there is a God somewhere. Mtu mwenye siwezi counsel labda atheist, juu sitaelewa sana mambo yake. But how we know this God, how we decode him, how we relate with him, hiyo ndio kuzaa religion. Kama hapa najua kuna Catholics, kuna Pentecostals. As we don't believe in this, them they do. But all those, especially when it comes to Christianity, mi usema, unity in the fundamentals, diversity in the non-essentials. Mimi even the most, sijui dini gani mtu tunaweza argue, I listen and I understand, then I can maybe be able to influence them with what I know. Let me example talk about Hindus. I have many Hindu friends in Nakuru. Many of my clients, because I'm a business lady, are Hindus. The things they do, the meditations, the reading of the Veda, the Nini, they always say they are ascending to a higher level. But do you know, to us in Christ, when you say you have received the precious gift of salvation, and I always say his own religion, what they have is existential crisis. Hata kama wewe uambie mtu unajiuliza mimi ni nani? Nafanya nini hapa? Na existential crisis ni hiyo crave ya hiyo spirituality, because ijakuwa united with this God. All the time you're craving to have this reunion, because in the first place you're a spiritual being who have been given this physical form to come and fulfill divine purpose here. And maybe your purpose is in the teaching profession, but when you think you're just physical, who have zero spiritual experiences or some spiritual experiences, unapata uko dysfunctional. I don't want to go into the depth of those things, nisiwapoteze. What I'm saying is that when you're a natural man, because of that existential crisis, hiyo gap inaanza kutafuta kufiliwa na mambo mingi. Even when I'm doing alcoholism therapy, addiction, Do you know people who are addicted are running away from something? People who are either addicted to sex, to pornography, to alcohol, to drugs, there is just something they're escaping from. And even kutoka reach sobriety, ukweli spirituality is critical. What I'm saying, children of God, because of our time, God has brought you to this physical realm, but now even to the ones that you're not spiritual, you're a teacher. You're a teacher. Responsibilities have been placed on you. Demands by institution, na serikali, na wazazi, na hata wewe mwenyewe, you'd want your students to pass. But when you're seated somewhere ukiwa peke yako, even when you're not voicing it out, unasikia yenyewe siko poa. And I tell you, children of God, you can lie to everyone else, but you cannot lie to yourself. And that's why this is an opportunity to think about yourself, because this was a moment of self-care. And I always talk about self-care is the intentional actions that a person takes to reach optimal physical, mental, and spiritual health. Hii si automatic. Self-care si kitu automatic. You have to be intentional in it. Hiyo ni kama solution na peana. Then again, I was talking about change what you can, leave the rest to God. There are things that you can't change. Ukajichukia, utajaribu vitu mingi, ukiongeza hii inakuwa ni proportional, unaona saa lazima uongeze hii. Ukiongeza hiyo inaambiwa tena inatakana nywele ile refu inafika hapa. Like it's demand. Who you are, you're fearfully and wonderfully made. What you have is a package that can influence a generation. And that's why we talked about shape. And it is not this physical form. Wachana na hii. Youth, spiritual giftings, abilities, your heart, experiences, and passions. Even if ungekuwa unakaa sijui aje sura, na by the way hakuna mtu ugly hii dunia. Kwa sababu urembo sio hii, na that's why I'm talking about a natural man, boy child, mwenye. In fact, juzi I was writing a post on FB nasema, yani gender yetu imeamua kumaliza boy child TikTok, because wameamua kuwapea all types of shape na kuzidress na kuzisingisha na kufanya nini, and they are influencing generation. Ukienda TikTok mpaka saa 9 ya usiku kuna live na imejaa watu, and they are just doing a lot of nonsense. And they are using that to influence our people, our men, and even men squeeze waachwi nyuma. Hata wao nimekuambia wameanza kuflex inches kule TikTok. By the way, I didn't know it matter. Niliangalia, I was not even understanding the inches. I'm that old school. Till I read comments, najaribu kuuliza hii inches ni nini, shida ni height. Hey. Nao wenye wako nayo wameamua kuiflex. Sasa kama wako hana hiyo, unaanza kucompare. Juu umefeed your mind. Nilisikia ati bora uwe na jirani machua who can keep a secret. But you enter into dysfunctionalities. Hii jirani mwenye ni machua anaweza keep a secret. I tell you, you'll do it, but after hapo kukeep a secret, unajua kukeep a secret inatakanga dhambi ingine ndio we keep. Ukiweka hii ina demand. Let's talk about the story ya David. Wakati aliua Uriah's wife, alianza tu kwa kuangalia. Alikuwa tu innocent kwa balcony. Akaona mtu anaoga, akaattend. Boy child, wacha kuangalia mara mbili. Wachana nayo. Kama si wachana nayo. Because when you look once, you look twice, then it forms a perception in your mind. The next minute David akaamua sasa si kuona huyu ni nani, ulisikia huyu anakuwa nani, akaanza kuulizia details. Mwisho akafanya dhambi. Na ndio afunike hii dhambi, alifika mpaka lazima angeua mume wa huyu Uriah. Sitaki kuongea process ya vile tunajipatanga in deep shit. Lakini even as teachers, when we are in school, because we are both genders, healthy boundaries are critical.